All right, guys. Just need a few moments. We're kind of scrambling a little bit here. Um, so I was a little bit rushed on time. There is a little bit of a delay on the stream, so I won't be able to respond to your questions super quickly. I guess I could type to you guys. Um, but yeah, just bear with me for a second. Like I said, production's not it's not my strong suit, but we're gonna do what we can, just kind of getting everything together here. All right, so today is going to be the semifinals and finals. I currently don't have any casters lined up, so if anybody wants to volunteer, by all means, save me. Uh, um, I have been casting BSO this morning, casted yesterday as well. I had 11 hours of StarCraft yesterday, so I'm a little bit StarCrafted out, but I'm excited to get through this and do this tournament today. We're doing our two semifinals today. I'll go ahead and hang the bracket here. I did not, unfortunately, set up my bot for YouTube, so I do apologize for that, guys. Um, but yeah, we're going to try and hop into the games relatively soon. I'm just going to quickly go over a couple things while I wait for some of the players to respond. So if you guys are a little bit new to what's going on here, we have uh, this anonymous tournament is a 16-man tournament. We are doing yeah, it's a 16-man tournament. None of the players know who anybody is. Nobody even knows who signed up. I'm the only person that knows who all is in this tournament, and I've been coordinating the games for the players and having them play against each other without knowing who they're playing. None of the information has been revealed up to this point. Today we're doing the semifinals and the finals, and tomorrow we're going to do kind of the breakdown show after everything's done. So, um, yeah, so today we'll just go through the games. I will release the player list after the finals so you guys can see who all signed up. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the bracket for YouTube here. Um, but yeah, I'll release the player list after the games are over today, and then you guys will have, until my next stream, which will be tomorrow, probably sometime in the early afternoon. I'll make an announcement about it in my Discord once I decide on a time, and you just put your guesses in before then. I'm gonna give a $15 payout to the top two guesses that are viewers, and then the players will also be allowed to guess, and they'll have their own separate bracket where the top player guesses get another 15 bucks. So from under the prize pool. So our semifinalists today all get a guaranteed 25 bucks. If they make it to the finals, second place is 50 and the winner is 100. So there's a decent bit of money on the line as well for these players. And yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna cover it. If you want to join the Discord, this is the link. I'll post that over to YouTube as well. And yeah, I'll discuss more of the Colosseum stuff maybe a little bit further down the line. So let me just double check that my players are ready. I haven't heard back from one of them, so hopefully everything's fine. I will be hosting these games on Shield Battery. There is potential that one of these games might actually be on Battle.net, so I'm going to go ahead and host this up. Don't use Shield Battery very often. The maps today is going to be Polestar, then Radion, then Knockout for the semifinals, and then for the finals we're going to do pick bands, so we'll sort that out once we get there. Like I said, I know I'm scrambling a little bit, so I do apologize. For that. Just bear with me. Like I said, production is not my strong suit, guys. Wait, how do you do observers? How do you do observers on shield battering? How does this work? Well, there's the delay, so you guys can't even tell me. It's okay. We're gonna cut some of this when we upload the VOD. This is all part of the process. All part of the process. You can't. I know you can do observers for shield battery. Brother. I didn't know that shield battery didn't have observer slots by default. Wait, you can't? I thought you could. Okay, well, we're moving to BattleNet. Man, that's crazy. I could have sworn that you could observe on shield battery. Okay, sorry about this, guys. This is all part of the scramble. Okay, so we're gonna move over to BattleNet then. A little bit embarrassing. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay. Make a melee. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Good grief. All right, our players are ready. Get everything going here in just a second. And then I'm gonna have to do this. How does this work? Okay, there we go. All right, sorry guys. It's a little bit ugly, I know. But we got there. Not the prettiest. I do apologize for that, but okay, let me get my scoreboard up. Like I said, I'm not well known for my production. Oh yeah, it's not replay, so I guess the scoreboard's gonna be a little bit off too. That's okay. We'll just have it a little bit off. It is what it is. Alright guys, with all of that mess out of the way, we are ready to get rolling here finally. But here we go. Our first semifinals gonna be Evelyn versus Nocturne. We have our Zerg player Evelyn here in the top right, and our Protoss player here, Nocturne, in the bottom right. I may have said bottom right twice. Top right, bottom right. We have the Gate Expand here, coming out of Nocturne. And he's going to get that first scout, which is very annoying for our Zerg player. A little bit of recent history here. If you guys remember in the last round, Nocturne, in his PvP, looked very, very strong, had pretty powerful micro, kind of showcased a little bit of micro superiority there. And our Zerg player, you know, he had the ZVZ recently, and both Zergs looked very, very strong in that last game. Yes, sorry, I can turn that up. Forgot I had it turned down. Should be good now, I think. I'll turn it up a little bit more if I need to. Let me turn it up a tiny bit more. Okay. Alright, but yeah, our Zerg player last game, it was two very strong-looking Zergs, and he just showed a little bit of superiority as well in that game, so... Let's see, we got 5 Lings here coming out, 1 Ling chasing the probe, and gonna get in here to see the kind of forge gate here. Second Zealot does come out, and kind of completes the wall here. So a little bit of a dance going on. Trying to get some damage on top of the, onto the buildings here, maybe force the Zealots to come out and fight him a little bit if he can. To go for that surround. You see those 3 Lings kind of separated, trying to get this around onto that Zealot. And Zealot does come out to fight right as another Zealot comes out. Does unfortunately kind of block it a little bit, so it gets picked off. Pretty good trade here for the Zerg so far. I am really struggling not to call them by name. To be honest with you. Hopefully I can get a little bit of caster help here at some point so I don't ruin everything. But Nexus on the way for Nocturne. So they're gonna poke out here. Gonna pick off one of the Lings. So pretty good little pick off there. Still got this probe being chased by this Ling. Starts damaging the hatchery. Very ambitious. Doesn't quite get the hatchery kill before the probe goes down. Got 3 Zealots out right now. Cannon on the way. Assimilator is done. Core finishing up pretty good timing on the core here. And Lair going to be coming down for our Zerg player. Third hatchery going to be finishing up. Nice little kind of noticed there that the Zealot separated a lot of nice damage onto that Zealot, kind of punishing this very slight mispositioned Zealot. So really good player from our Zerg, or really good play from our Zerg player. Cannon does finish up, so Wall's going to be perfectly safe. 4 Zealots finishes up, and he's going to walk out here now. Quick reaction from Zerg. Does lose 1 Ling. And it made a few extra Lings as well to deal with the kind of Zealot production here. Stargate just about to finish up before the Lair has finished. The Spire just now finishing. And this is going to be about a 520 Corsair start, so really nice Sarah timing for a Gate X-Men. Like, very, very nice. Zealot's going to get here. There are a few Lings here to kind of maybe fight on the other side, but Zealots do get to the top of the ramp, and they're going to trade really well. Even gets a drone kill, and a second drone kill as well, while trading super well against these Lings. It's going to get cleaned up, but that was about as much as you could hope for from those 4 Zealots. Got a lot of Ling kills and 2 drone kills. This is really, really nice for a Protoss player. And Corsair on the way across the map. Zerg Spire only about halfway done. So very crisp play here from our Protoss players so far. Citadel just about to finish up. Corsair gets near, seeds the Spire timing, which you already kind of saw with the Zealot anyway, just kind of looking for Overlords at this point. Gonna get at least 1 Overlord before the Spire is done. Going for a second one at this point would be a bit ambitious. I think he'll be happy, just knows he can get this Overlord, and then he's gonna, you know, scout across, check the drone count, get a full scout of the tech. Maybe not super comfortable actually going to check that 3rd base, so he's not quite going to identify the Evo Chamber Hydra Den, and we do have that upgrade on the way already for a Zerg player. And continuing Corsair production, we're up to 3 Corsair. Doesn't quite find this Overlord on the outside, so kind of just perfectly positioned away from the Corsair, so that's going to be at least a nice little bonus there for the Zerg player not to lose that additional Overlord. And looks like we made 4 Scourge so far. We're up to, what, 4 Corsair, 5th one on the way. +1 going to be finishing up relatively soon. And there's no, like, pocket cannon here for any Mutaflood or anything like that, so maybe a little bit risky, but I guess confident with his Corsair control, and we do get those 2 Scourge for free, no connections, with just our 4 Corsair, so that's actually really nice for red. Zerg player droning up pretty decently, but it looks like we stopped at 5 Hatch Hydra. You know, I talk about 5 Hatch Hydra pretty often about how scary I find this build to be. Good Protosses, though, obviously would know how to handle it. And here we go. We got this move out from our Protoss player. We got the +1 on both the Sayer and the Zealots. We're at 5 Corsair. Actually loses 1 Corsair there early, so it does make them a lot less scary if additional Scourge do pop out. And red gonna turn around, sees it's too many Hydras. We actually even skipped Sunkens in our 3rd base, so if we get to go skip Sunken unpunished there, it's actually pretty nice, and that is part of going the 5 Hatch Hydra as well. And a bunch of Hydra's gonna come out and try to meet these Zealots. The Zealots trading pretty well, actually. I think we've only lost like 1 Zealot, maybe? And a few Overlords going down. Finally does kill 1 more Corsair, but back down to that 4 Corsair count. And behind this we have the High Templar coming up and the DT as well. You'd love to see the DT, especially after you kind of push back all these Overlords. Even killing more Overlords here at the 3rd. And Evelyn's supply blocked very heavily at this point. Gonna chrome across the map and walk into a DT, and there is a Speed Overlord actually showing up, so gonna be able to push that back. Templar did come out, and they actually come out too far forward, so gonna get 1 picked off for free here. Okay, barely get it actually. A slight misclick hit the pylon, and I was a little bit worried. Zealots coming in from behind as we're targeting the gateway. It looks like we're not looking as Zerg, so we take a few additional hits. But gonna clean up a lot of these Zealots, and a lot of cannons gonna be made, some pros being pulled. We do have Storm, not quite finished yet, but we do have the energy um, on our Templar. Robo on the way, preparing for that Lurker, and we continue to have Corsair finding damage. And this is something that really good Protoss players, I talk about this all the time, it's one of the things that I love to see out of high-level Protoss players is that even though that he's playing against 5-hatch Hydra, his Corsair continued to find damage. I mean, he's got several Overlord kills, he's cleaned up the Scourge pretty decently. You know, has lost a few of his Corsair, but still finding damage while defending is really, really strong play. Fourth base coming down for the Zerg. It looks like we have some Scourge going here and kill another one of the Corsair and another Corsair, so we're just down to a single Corsair now. And are we going to see Dark Archon in response here from Protoss? Because with our Corsair count being reset, you do always have to worry about that Muta swap coming in for sniping your Templar. But it looks like he's not planning on making any Dark Archon or Corsair so far. And I will say, replacing Corsair at this point is not really something you want to be doing at all. So that's kind of why I lean more towards Dark Archon, but he's just going to kind of take his chances and not go for it. Maybe confident in his control. But going up to 7 hatcheries is Zerg. We're at 43 drones to 48, so that's pretty good for Zerg so far. Server is out. Did we get Lurker Aspect? I don't even think we researched it, right? We're just kind of pumping army at this point. A lot of Templar back here. We got 4 Templar gathering energy, and look at the number of gateways, too. We're at, what is this, 2, 4, 6, 10 gateways in our main right now. He is ready to stop us 6-packs, boys. And 4 Templar have gathered up quite a bit of energy. Gonna have basically 2 storms per Templar as we're pushing across the map here. Evelyn gonna be fighting backwards a little bit, does lose that Overlord on the outside. Gonna pick off a Zealot, which is, you know, a little bit nice, kind of removes some of the meat to this Protoss army. We are at a supply that is actually kind of scary for Protoss to be pushing out. This isn't like a very powerful supply, and there is that Muta swap that I was warning about because we did lose all those Corsair. It's a pretty high Dragoon count, but if these Templar get sniped, and trying to storm them as they come in here, 2 of the Templar are going to go down, 3 Templar go down, and all the Templar gonna go down, but do we have enough Hydras to fight this Goon army? I think that we do. And Red doesn't want to risk it. You know, he knows he's at a storm. You have to worry about those reinforcements coming across for Zerg. And yeah, sure enough, here come all the Hydras, and we are running back home. So really well played by Zerg, punishing losing all those Corsair and not going into Dark Archon or anything to help protect. We got 2 additional Templar coming in from the bottom side. Nice snipe though on the one that didn't get its storm off too. So Zerg doing really well in the micro department. A lot of Hydras back behind this. Kind of almost baiting Protoss into it, and yeah, bleeds off a lot of Zealots. Trying to take 3 o'clock as our third. That is that is an aggressive third from our Protoss. +2 did finish up for Zerg as well versus the 0 armor of our Protoss, and we're actually still a little bit away from that armor, so this army is very, very squishy. Nice storm here on the backside, though. Gets a lot of damage onto those Hydras. Evelyn still fighting backwards and pumping a lot of units. We did actually go into some Zerglings in the meantime behind this. The Zerglings not going to be super strong at this stage of the game. And a few units here on the right side kind of being left out, but I don't think it's going to matter. Going to be able to swallow this Protoss army up. The question is he aware of the 3 o'clock spawn? Is going to be able to get these cannons online. Has a couple Templar on the backside with Storm. I mean, Rez done a good job of consistently replacing his Templar so that he pretty much always has Storm, despite how much he's been losing, but there's a lot of Zerg barreling down on him. Good Storm dodge too. Second Storm, pretty decent, but gets out of it relatively quickly. Gonna kill a lot of this army and chase him into the high ground. He now, for sure, is fully aware of this base, but can he get through this? I mean, fighting up the high ground pretty hard here with these cannons and Dragoons, but he is going to push for it and move forward. We're very far off from a storm on this High Templar. We got reinforcements a little bit behind here for the Zerg. Zealot's going to come in with a bunch of Templar, and Red is going to hold on to this 3 o'clock base. Just barely, but a little bit dicey. Did trade pretty well, did the Zerg player. Going to be getting an extra hatchery up here, actually. And look how close these bases are. Like, this is absolutely wild. DT gonna sneak up here and start getting some drone kills. How long does it take Zerg to realize this is happening? Because this is some serious damage. A nice comeback play here from our red Protoss. And it looks like we are not looking. We're gonna lose our entire drone line to this DT. And finally our first lurkers are gonna be coming out. Therapist on the way for Zerg, as well as +1 for the Lings. So we are at 0-2 right now, so a little bit kind of delayed on the upgrades. It looked like we were really pushing for that kill, and he was very close to finding the kill. You guys are hilarious. I feel like I should turn chat on, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me turn chat on. Even though there is that delay. I turned it off because of the delay, but yeah, we should have this for you guys. But alright, here we go. Gonna be another push out here from the Protoss, pushing into this kind of soft lurker contain. Lurker's gonna get a lot of damage done, but Dragoons are firing up the high ground. Really good storms, though, to fight a lot of this back. There is only 1 lurker remaining. And yeah, unfortunately, Zerg, I feel like, would have been in such a strong position. Drone count looking very healthy, even a 5th base on the way here. I haven't started the hive yet, but I think we made a queen's nest? Oh no, we didn't. For some reason, I thought we had a queen's nest. Meanwhile, what do we have going on? Here comes the support base, so we are going to be transitioning into those Reavers. And I'll be honest with you, we're getting up towards that Reaver tech, and there's no Queen's Nest even on the way right now. A lot of drones popping out for purple. Look at the economy. It's going to be absolutely insane. I can't get over, like, how close these bases are. Like, this is such an interesting situation. It's like forcing them to fight each other so much. But nice volleys from these lurkers. Gonna clean up a decent bit. Get a good bit of damage here. That Archon also just kind of a love tap away from death here. Nice splash shots here from the lurker. Is gonna storm that down and take that out. Support bay is done, but no Reavers on the way yet. No robotics here at the 3 o'clock spawn. And there's our Queen's Nest. Finishing up, so we're probably going to start that hive relatively soon, and there it goes. Pretty quick about starting that. Nice snipe onto the Templar. 2 Templar are going to go down and back up, so pretty good snipe there from Zerg. And yeah, the economy for Zerg, I mean, we're at 58 drones to 46 probes. That is exactly where you want to be. I mean, a few more drones, sure, but if you're up in workers like this, we're getting to that really healthy stage for Zerg. And 4th base going to be coming down for Protoss. Definitely needs that because we are drawing up on our main and natural. And we are 1-1 on those Lings. Got +2 on the way, +2 Carapace as well. Gonna catch a couple more Templar out in the middle, which is pretty nice. Nice little kind of panic storms there. I'm getting pretty good splash. I'm actually gonna up burrow and bring these back. This is a really good kind of save from our Zerg, because that could have just been a donation. And here we go, Reaver is out now for our Protoss player. This army is kind of snuck around, and I don't think Zerg is aware of it, by the way. We're very, very close to this base. I don't think that Protoss knows that it's here. Does get into the 12 o'clock spawn, though. And yeah, Zerg is only just now realizing, oh my god, there's this massive army, and this is a scary army for Zerg to be fighting against. We got all these lurkers out of position. Yeah, we're gonna have to up burrow and bring them back. And what was a really good position for Zerg, I feel like, is now becoming very difficult. I'm doing a good job of kind of not stopping on top of the storm. Oh, that storm, though, getting a ton of damage onto the lurkers. And, man, the game kind of falling apart suddenly for Zerg here a little bit. Protoss trading very, very well. A lot of reinforcements, though, coming out from all of these hatcheries, you know, everywhere. So he might be able to hold on. Are going to lose some drones at the 12 o'clock spawn. And do we have any storms left? No, we're completely out of storms, so this army is going to get cleaned up, but it got a really good trade and it got a lot of eco damage. Meanwhile, behind this, we actually didn't even start that extra base for Protoss, so Protoss is only on one base mining. This lurker field was removed, though, and we're actually going to load a Reaver, a DT, and a High Templar. What a high-tech little drop here, but not quite paying attention to the Zerg, so we're going to get that drop off, and we're going to get a storm onto the drones. Going to be just a single storm and a DT drop into the main. And the Reaver gonna get picked off, actually. Did Zerg stabilize? You know, we did defend here. We did save some of the drones, although we took a decent bit of damage. We didn't lose any of our hatcheries, which is surprisingly important, because it means that we get to retain all of our larvae. And now we're getting a nice lurker defensive setup here, replacing some of these drones that were lost. We did lose our kind of map control out here. Protoss once again going to be sharking around here on the left side. Undetected by our Zerg. And here we go. He's going to be coming into this kind of 3 o'clock-ish base, but this setup is very, very strong, very hard to penetrate through. And yeah, Protoss on a bit of a timer. Did this get cleaned up? I kind of wasn't looking. Sorry about that. We don't have any observers here either, actually, with this push, so we can't even push through the lurkers. And yeah, Protoss kind of running out of steam here at this base, getting actually pretty low. It's down below half at this point, and Zerg economy is looking very strong. 58 drones across several bases. A lot of storms here. This is kind of getting a little bit down to the wire for our red Protoss player. It's a very technical army, if you count these Archons and Reavers, but this army itself really isn't that scary looking. There's a lot of spread lurkers just kind of everywhere. And a couple storms go down, gonna get a decent bit of damage onto the Hydras here. But Protoss isn't really looking to engage at this point. They know their army is too small. A little bit of a Ling run by to try and maybe cancel this base, but the 2 Archons and Reaver is going to be able to defend this pretty easily. And upgrades for Zerg, we do have that +3 Ling attack on the way, and +3 attack for our Hydra, a ranged attack. I mean, this army from Protoss hasn't really been growing, but like I said, it's very technical, right? We're adding some more Reavers. We're going to have 2 Reavers and a bunch of Storms, so there's a lot of potential. You know, there's no Defiler out currently, so we don't have any Plagues or anything to worry about. We're actually still making even a couple more drones to replace some that we use. A little bit of a backstab going on here. Gonna get some nice Storms before these Templar get picked off. 11 kills onto that. And gonna dive back in here and maybe finish off just an Archon. Maybe get this Templar overlooking. He is, so kind of got the most out of that situation that he could have hoped for. But this army right here is very scary for Zerg to deal with. They have a lot of units, but they're very spread out. And with good control, these Reaver Storms can get a lot of value. That being said, it's just very hard positions to break. There's just a lot of units everywhere, so there are a lot of potential kind of pulse rounds here. Looks like something happened there in top left, maybe a Zealot or a DT. But here comes the push into the kind of the really like the depths of it here. The the observers get picked off by the Scourge, so we have no detection for these lurkers anymore. And lurkers very smartly unburrow and go back behind here And Protoss does not see it, so he's going to walk straight into this trap. Beautiful trap here from our Zerg player. And going to absolutely swallow this army up. That was really, really well played by Zerg. Yeah, absolutely beautiful gameplay. Very quick reaction, too. I mean, those observers got popped, and then the lurkers immediately unburrowed and went to flank. We do have that base up and running for Protoss, but again, we're about to mine on 3 o'clock, so we're just going to be on one base mining. We have that top left secured by Zerg. We're at 60 drones now for Zerg, and it's just constant fighting and taxing of both players. Gets another Templar pick off there. We have 4 Reavers out on the map. We're building an additional shuttle to get the Reaver. Actually, the 5 if you count that defensive Reaver. You know, this base, a little bit hard to break, but at this point, Zerg doesn't have to break it anymore because, you know, he should know it's just about mined out. You can kind of see he's just kind of ignoring it, just kind of going for this forward contain at this point. He knows that this base is really the only base that Protoss has mining. I mean, look at the vision from Zerg, right? Like, you can see, he sees all the bases over here. This is the only one that he's not sure about. He does have a bit of a dark space here, so he doesn't see the Protoss movement. We did kind of see that maybe bite him a little bit earlier. And gonna try and jump forward on top of that shuttle, but shuttle does get pulled away. Nice Reaver shot, but really was like maximum value. And here we go, Reaver's gonna get a little bit of value here now, cleaning up a couple of these lurkers, but I just feel like Zerg has grown too much. We do have the Defiler mound, we still haven't made any Defiler. Looks like we have a few in production that we can see. Scourge is going to come in and kill that shuttle, so these Reavers really lose a lot of their mobility, but another shuttle joins. Does take a Scourge hit, and second Scourge actually going to blind and kill that too, so ooh, this is a bit of a pain for Protoss. Gonna have to rebuild his shuttles yet again. Look at all these Scourge from Zerg. Flies in, kills another observer. And it's just such a pain because, like, Protoss wants to be making, you know, shuttles and Reavers. Really, mostly Reavers at this point with their like, low economy and try to get maximum value, but constantly replacing the observers and the shuttles is, like, really eating into what their army could be. There we go. Defiler are out. A huge plague hitting a ton of the army here on the backside, or on the front side, sorry. Gonna soften up a lot of those zealots. And we hear more Defilers kind of eating here in the background, walking forward maybe for another big plague here. Does get a plague, even gets the observers, because why not? We are on 3 armor, 1 attack for our Protoss player. We got that double forge, but it looks like we didn't really get to use it much. Did get a plague on one of the Reavers. Did manage to kind of avoid getting our second Reaver plagued at least. And, I mean, just look at Zerg, right? Zerg hasn't really missed a beat, to be honest. This has been very strong play from him. Did finish that 3-3 attack for his army here, and gonna try and pounce on top of this. We got the Scourge here with the potential to take out these shuttles, jumping on top of the Reavers here. And, yeah, gonna force the unload, get the shuttle here, just 1 Reaver left. Decent splash from these lurkers. And does kill one of the observers, but at least 1 remains. But the problem is Protoss is just running out of steam, right? Whereas Zerg isn't really getting weaker at all. There we go, gonna snipe off that Reaver. And there's just not much left here for Protoss anymore. A couple more Templar coming out. Got a few Reavers here in the back, sitting at home. Looks like we don't even have the Reaver damage upgrade. Although I don't know how much that really matters in this matchup, but he's been hurting for economy so much, it's not like he's able to really afford it. And we see now Zerg, you know, doubling the supply of our Protoss player. No, that red dot is just something with shield battery. There's just always going to be a dot up there. I don't know what causes that exactly. Hydra's going to push forward here. Kind of see there's kind of the final dredges of the Protoss army here. It doesn't really just get a transfer down here to, like, properly saturate this, but it's hard to see how Protoss can come back from here. And yeah, not a whole lot to say at this point. I mean, there's just not much Protoss can do. We're gonna try and sneak a DT up here to the top left, with Zerg pretty well covered on his bases. I mean, Zerg has done a great job of just having steady defense pretty much everywhere. No matter where this DT goes, it's just a death trap. There's lurkers, Sunkens, Overlords pretty much everywhere. And GG gonna be called, and Zerg player gonna take our first game in the semi-finals. Alright, our next map is going to be Radion. Alright, give me one moment here. Alright, here we go. I keep hitting play, it's supposed to be start game. It's very confusing. Alright, going into game 2 here of Nocturne versus Evelyn here on Radion. Okay, here for the early game stuff. Give me just a moment. My voice is dying. Too much casting lately. Okay. Sorry, just trying to find potentially some co-casters here. Something to help me preserve my voice a little bit. Looks like we're running it solo. Hopefully we can hold out until the end. I mean, this first game was a really good game. I really, really enjoyed this. Very impressive gameplay from the Zerg player. Okay. See what do we got here. Looks like it was Overpool from Zerg. Pretty standard, and once again Gateway Expand from our Protoss player. Who are these players? They're good, that I've never seen them play any league. So Asia, this is the anonymous tournament. Somebody in the chat will probably answer you before you hear me, but these are... It's secret who the players are. Nobody knows who they are. Is something I will reveal after the tournament is over. But here we go. Probably gonna get into the main base. I scout everything. Not a whole lot to see at this point. Just kind of your standard stuff. Ling's out here on the other side of the map. One Ling gonna be chasing this probe. Kind of the same thing he did, I am slowly dying. Same thing we saw in the first game there with this one Ling kind of stuck to it and the other one's out here out front. So it's gonna move out. Zerg does recognize it pretty quickly, avoids taking any damage. And maybe gonna poke in here a little bit, kind of see what we can identify. Kind of pressure the pylon here, force that zealot down. Good awareness of Zerg to not even try to run at that ramp. And the thing about this is, because he did that, yeah, we're gonna have to make these extra Lings to kind of defend these two coming across the map. Does actually get inside and kill this probe and get in with the Lings. Does take a lot of hits, but doesn't lose any yet, so maybe he can run around and keep those alive. It's going to be a little bit hard, kind of taxing the multitasking of both players here. You know, we got these two Zealots across the map, and they've got a pretty good place to tuck behind the minerals here, so kind of annoying for our Zerg player as we run these Lings around back and forth. And as long as we can avoid hits, these Lings will start to get healthy enough that they can actually start to threaten a Protoss. Got 5 Lings coming down, actually a drone on the way here. Yeah, okay, we got additional drones, and yeah, this is what I was talking about. Protoss has the option to kind of dip behind these minerals here. And even an extra Zealot actually joining. I'm not sure if Zerg identified this was coming. If these 3 Zealots meet up, that's actually pretty hard for Zerg. Might want those additional Lings coming off of his ramp. Even gonna actually target and kill a probe and run around here, so while fighting the Zealots here, and actually going to be able to clean this up, so really good from our Zerg so far. Does lose a couple Lings. Looks like we may have actually killed an additional probe, though. That probe had 2 kills, by the way. This one here? This one. Yeah, hero probe. So great cleanup from Zerg, really kind of doing the minimum amount of pressure here. Protoss is going to close this up, and... Oh my god, are we get... Okay. Nice little tuck from that probe, and then target from the rest of them to kill that Ling. But does get his wall up, has the cannon up as well, so no more Ling's going to be getting inside of these, but I feel like this has been a good start for Zerg. Being able to kill all these Zealots allows Zerg to make a lot of drones now pretty much uncontested. He's going to have a few, 6 Lings out here out front to see any potential move out. And going into Hydras behind this. So actually... Gonna be a 973 from our Zerg player, essentially, or pretty close to it. Maybe like, what, an extra drone. I did not realize this was coming. I was not paying attention. So, Corsair gonna be on the way. We got that second safety cannon already started. And this Corsair is delayed a little bit from the previous game because of everything that's been going on. But here we go, the Corsair gonna get across the map just in time to see the Hydras coming across. And we will see it take that path. He's not going to get distracted by the Overlord. He needs the information. And here we go. He's going to go straight down the middle so he sees the attack path of Zerg, sees the Hydras, and we should immediately be starting some more cannons to try to stay alive here. And this wall actually is going to be vulnerable, so the Hydras will be able to pick off both of these buildings on the outside. Even any additional damage we get on the Zealots is also really nice, because that's just less tanking for the cannons later. Looks like one Hydra does step forward just a little bit too much. And Hydra range just about done here. So second Corsair does join up, and basically going to be looking to try to snipe some Overlords. We did start some drones behind us, so this is just kind of some light Hydra pressure. We'll see if our Protoss player is confident enough to cancel this cannon here after he sees, the additional hatcheries and everything, and yes, he does. So pretty good defense from our Protoss player, I feel. He's going to lose his wall, which is kind of annoying, but he didn't, overreact to make too many cannons. He got the cancel. So I think this is kind of best case scenario for Protoss. And no Overlord kills so far. Lair on the way for Zerg. Only at 26 drones, and actually resuming Hydras. That's kind of scary. This is an interesting way of doing it. So we kind of went into this 5-hatch Hydra with Evo Chamber, made some more Hydras. Yeah, I was gonna say, Protoss needs to make a few more cannons, actually, because he recognizes this is getting a little bit scary. We do have Templar on the way, and we went double Forge. I do like that. Unfortunately, we did not get our +1 before our Forge died. Leg speed on the way, Storm on the way. But there is a moment here where it could be pretty scary for Protoss. This is a lot of Hydra and only 4 cannons already with 2 more building behind it. There's the probe pull from Protoss. Is it going to be enough? These cannons finishing up just now on the backside as the second cannon goes down. Bunch of probes going to go down. Targeting these cannons, and oh my god, is he going to break through? I actually think he's going to break through a bunch of these probes. There's only 2 cannons left. No Zealots on the way. And it looks like Zerg is going to break through this just barely with a couple Hydras left. Wow. That was like the closest break I've ever seen before. And unfortunately for Protoss, any amount of break is too much. I mean, we've lost a ton of probes, so even if we do manage to stabilize, I mean, look at the worker count now. Zerg up about 10 workers is devastating for Protoss. So close to a defense, but not quite getting that defense. Even a Spire on the way for Zerg, I mean, just really kind of hammering Protoss with just the tech swap as well now, too. Like, I mean, the last thing Protoss wants to do is try to go back into Corsair or something at this moment. Does scout the 4th base on the way. Gonna fly over here and see that drone count. And yeah, it looks like he was maybe a little bit distracted with the Hydra here, but doesn't lose any Corsair leads, but does lose all the shields and a little bit of hull damage. And just getting as much information as he can. Sees a bunch of drones popping and sees an extra hatchery on the way, and it just does not feel good as Protoss right now. I mean, you see your own mineral line, and you see this, and you just don't feel good when you see Zerg growing this much. Sorry. Might get some co-casters after BWCO. And what is our Zerg player doing? Pretty much just pumping tons and tons of units at this point. 4th base online, just making a couple drones out of this hatchery here. Protoss gonna get in with this Corsair and get the scout. +1 attack on the way for Protoss. And here we go. A bunch of mutas gonna show up. Gonna kill that Sair. Didn't see the tech swap coming. So there's no cannon in position, and yeah, it looks like he was preparing for lurkers, not this muta swap. Even just being forced to like throw these storms out as we lose probes, it cannot feel worse for Protoss. Oh my god, it's so painful. And few games gonna get out and at least push these back, but oh, even gonna lose a Templar here. I mean, all these mutas so low, just one shot each for them, but maybe 2, I guess. I mean, no, just Dragoons do 10 damage, I assume, not 20. Would be amazing if they did 20. If they did 20, we would need Corsair and Dark Archon. But yeah, Zerg has just grown so much at this point. +1 just now finishing up, continuing to bump tons and tons of Hydras. I mean, what's even the play for Protoss at this point, right? We're going to try and get a few more High Templar out, kind of recover our Storm, get a bunch of goons, and maybe just go for like one kind of big death ball push. So we're going to poke Kraken here, but decent setup from Protoss. But I mean, we just have no probes, right? It looks like he's even cutting probes. I think that's just kind of the game plan. I think it's just pump a bunch of army and go for one big death push. I think that's about the best he could hope for. And honestly, it doesn't look good, guys. Zerg is gonna have so many Hydras by the time he comes out. We're gonna get that 1-1 done. Or 2-2. Okay, so he'll be 2-2 with a decent death ball, but he's gonna be down in supply. It's gonna have to be a miracle fight. +2 attack on the way. Finishing up some lurkers. And here we go. It's going to be this push here from Protoss. This is kind of the do or die push. He's down 50 supply. It's pretty brutal. Lurkers out. We have one observer only, so this observer is going to be very, very precious to us. And even if he does clean this up, I mean, trying to break up through these high grounds and reinforcements, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Nice storm to start us off. Second storm, gonna clip that one lurker, unfortunately not quite hitting the second one. And behind this is just gonna be all Zealot. I mean, pretty good storms, gonna clean up all these Hydras. I think we lost one, maybe two of our Templar. We still have a lot of storm behind this. But again, the supply not really going down for the Zerg. I mean, we're up 40 supply now. Bunch of lurkers and Hydras coming across. We still have the high ground up here. And gonna push in here. We're gonna have to need... we still need some serious miracle storms. I mean, just look at our probe count, right? We're just kind of all in at this point. Even a high Templar getting sniped from the backside. Pretty good storm dodge there as well, catching the Jagreen kind of straggling in there. Protoss gonna reinforce his army, but he's only getting further behind in supplies as this goes. Even though he's trading pretty well, the economy of Zerg, I mean, it's 60 drones to 29 probes, right? So no amount of, like, good trading is gonna win us this situation. And that being said, I mean, Zerg's still not cutting any corners, making sure to micro as well as he can. Dodging storms as best he can. And yeah, gonna be able to clean this up, and I think we're probably about to see that GG. I even got a small bit of army here being left behind. And Protoss just continues pumping units on their 29 probes, just trying to work some sort of magic. Zerg getting bottom right taken as well during all of this. Hive tech on the way, armor on the way. And just kind of keeping that 50 supply lead. We got, what, 2 more storms here from Protoss. Nice lurker spread from Zerg during the fighting as well. Making sure not to clump lurkers at all. Like, this is really well done. A lot of these lurkers can't be double stormed. Just kind of creeping it forward a little bit. Making sure not to clump. And even sniping the Templar in the meantime. So these lurkers going to get maximum value. A lot of these Zealots going to go down. Big spine shots here. Sorry, subterranean spines, as Jean would say. And at the end of the day, we send the mutas back in. Because why not? And GG, Zerg gonna win this series 2-0 and move on to the finals. Jeez, I'm losing my voice. Oh man, our first finalist is gonna be our Zerg player, Evelyn. I'm dying, boys. Okay, I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break. Maybe a little bit less. But yeah, I gotta get some water. I gotta let my voice rest for just a moment. Um, Give me one moment to set this up because I don't quite remember. Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay, so it'll be okay. I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to start our second round of the semifinals. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Very good series. Like, very, very good first series. And very impressive. Curious what some of you guys might be thinking about who the players were. I heard, I saw some Hawks, some Kralsey, some Zeke. I mean, he definitely played at a very, very high level, so it makes sense that you guys are guessing some of the best foreign Zergs out there. Looks like our other player is not quite ready yet, so I will take this time to relax my voice some. We'll turn the music back on, so we have something to listen to. All right, looks like the players are ready. Just waiting for him to join, and we can go ahead and get started on our second semifinals here. No Terran. Yeah, unfortunately, all the Terrans got knocked out in the first round. All 5. Bought them all. Hey, Lodestone Uncle gonna cast for me? It'd be awesome. Okay, let me get that set up real quick then. Alright. I didn't set my scoreboard up, but that's fine. Adjust it here real quick. Try and get these guys in to cast for me real quick. I'm just gonna get them up to speed here. And
Can you
then
hear me?
hand it over to them. Yes, sir. Talk again, let me hear your volume.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, perfect. Looks good. Let us know, speak for me.
Check 1, check 2.
Okay, looks good. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys 2 screens. I'm gonna give you this one, which you will not be watching. This will be purely for volume. And then this is my camera here is the one you're going to be watching, so you can see like the scoreboard and like what my screen transitions are and everything.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, so Love Snow and Uncle, I'm going to hand the casting over to them because my voice is absolutely dying on me. So really appreciate you guys stepping up and helping me out. And yeah, enjoy.
All right, start us off, Love Snow.
I can't even read the names. Okay, I can see it. All right, looks like on the bottom right we got our boy Zareth, our unknown Zerg, facing up against our boy Galio, spawning over here in the bottom left. Another unknown Protoss player. I don't even know which players were possibly in the pool of who could be in the tournament, so I kind of have no idea who anyone really is.
Yeah, I think everybody was allowed, so it's like worldwide, just not, foreigner. But
I guess the only hint I have is it's probably only people from that Discord, right?
yeah, that's a good starting point.
Okay.
But
So
here we
no
go. Got some
Terrans.
PVZ. Yeah. Neither of us are experts in this matchup, so we're
Oh, by
gonna do
far
what
my
we can.
worst. So,
Yep.
good luck, boys.
So we've got some
Okay.
Ling scouting going on here. Sees a Nexus. That's gonna be good. Got a skipped Forge.
Yeah, gonna be starting us off with a little bit of a gateway into the Nexus. Maybe gonna look to put something on in a moment, but as of right now, kind of just having to play some defense, make sure those Lings don't sneak on in.
Yeah, looks like we've got the double expand for Zerg here. Think we're gonna see a 973 out of this, or
Uh, see, well, we saw it work against. Actually, no, that wasn't on Pulsar. That was on Radeon. I think Radeon is known for like having not enough cannon space at the natural or something, right?
oh yeah, I don't know, dude. But yeah, I guess we'll see with time.
Yeah, this pro
Still don't
scout
have
may be
a
going down quite quickly.
still no Forger. I wonder if he's just gonna wait for a core or something to help finish that wall off.
He threw down a cord, just put it in the main. Yeah.
Forge in the main, yeah. But I mean, you need something in the wall, right?
Oh, gotcha. I see. Yeah, it might just be a core then, just to fill that up. It's a little bit of a move out here. Looks like he's going to be trying to poke at that third base. Zerglings are going to scout it right away. I guess the
Yeah,
Overlord
bunch
also saw the
more-
move out.
Bunch more Lings coming in to help defend all this. Ooh, trying to split the Zealots up. Not gonna work out for him.
Yeah, this is a lot of Lings. Is this actually, like, way too many Lings?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, maybe he was looking for just a Ling flood, but
Oh my goodness. You think he picked up on the fact that there was no forge at the front for the wall, and he's like, let's just go for it?
yeah, it could be. But we've got Zealots in the main. There's not much here to defend. Yeah, not paying attention to him, but this wall. I
we
guess
need a
it's
probe pull
core.
like ASAP. Where's the
Yeah,
probe pull?
he needs some more probes here.
Oh my gosh, he's being
Second
so
Zealot
greedy.
comes out. Ooh, he's on that cannon.
Where's the
Cannon's
probe pull,
gonna
man?
fall. Second cannon is quite a ways away. Here come the probes.
Finally.
Is he gonna just run these Lings in the main now? Yeah, oh, okay. Well,
Wait, what?
GG. I guess the Zealots in the main were too much for Zerg to handle.
Oh my goodness, what is going on? I thought the Zealots got cleaned up before he attacked.
No, man. I don't know why he just he saw them, but
Yeah.
it looked like he just ran by or something.
What? That is so weird. That must be PBJT, dude. No, just kidding.
I saw that.
No, I don't think he ever plays like that. So that was a joke. I don't know, man. PVZ.
Yeah.
Who knows
So
what's going
interesting
on? Girl.
first game.
Kind of a quick one compared to our last series.
It was very quick.
And it's only a best of 3, so this could be over quite fast.
Looks like Ozzy's watching the replay, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on here. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Even if he was going for this play, don't we just kill those Zealots first?
Well, that's what I would think.
I mean, he had plenty of Lings to handle it really fast, I
Yeah.
thought. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he was looking for a base trade and he thought he could clean it up with Lings later on. But
I mean, he was building a Sunken in the main,
yeah.
so maybe he thought,
Here we
like,
go
okay,
into
that's
game number
Sunken.
2.
It's all you, buddy.
All me. With a dominant display last game, we've got the Protoss in the top right, our unknown Protoss player. And then the bottom right, maybe having a misstep there with those Lings, was our Zerg player. See what he's got planned for this game.
Yeah, I don't think I see Link Flood very often. Maybe he feels very much unconfident in the
Could be.
ZVP matchup. So he's
Could
just
be.
like, you know what? Let's just throw out the Links.
Yeah,
I don't feel like playing
tough.
this mid game, late game,
Tough
whatever it
not
is.
knowing who you're up against too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely. I'm curious how that's affecting the minds of the players going into the matches, because it's like
Right.
you have like that ladder vibe feel, but it's also a tournament, right? So it's
yeah,
not ladder vibe, and it's a best
right.
of.
Yeah,
So,
that's the
kinda
expected
weird.
cheese anyway.
Yeah.
So it looks like we have a Pylon Scout. I don't know if that's standard for Protoss. Is that?
I think for Forge it
Okay.
is what he's saying. I thought it was like if you're trying to do a cannon rush or something. Oh, I don't even know if they call that a cannon rush. I guess they call it a cannon rush, right? You try to
Yeah.
get one cannon behind the minerals with the nap. Looks like it's
There's a
overpull from
forge down
Xerath
here.
though.
Yeah. Maybe expecting that gateway, but we've got a forge going down.
Yeah, you know, is that not surprising? Like we saw the gateway do so well game one. Why not just stick to it again?
Could be. He's trying to change stuff up, though. Always got to keep your opponent on his toes.
Looks like the drone and
we
the
got-
probe just kind of bumping right
yeah,
there
looks
in the
like
middle.
our Protoss went for a double scout here.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
a
was
bit
definitely
unsure.
definitely looking for a cannon. It looks like to try to put one at the natural there, but unfortunately, just not going to find that matchup for him. And double
Throws down
cannon
two.
back the nat.
Knows that one is not enough for 6 lings.
Oh, one cannon held about 20 lings last game.
Helps with the wall. Did you know the first 2 shots from a cannon fire faster than the shots afterwards? If it's on the
I
same
did
target. Yep.
Did not know that. That must be why my medic marine pushes aren't working against Protoss.
Mm-hmm. That must be it, man. Those Marines just die too fast.
Yeah, dude. Not even range, and they already died. Damn.
Yep. They got 7 range too, those cannons. Pretty good.
One of the best buildings in the game, dude. Wish Terran had anything remotely close to a cannon.
I am upset that Terran doesn't have an automatic static defense ground. Anyways, there's no Terran in this game. We got a probe dancing around.
I mean, not
Still
much to talk
hasn't picked
about.
up.
Everything
Yeah.
pretty standard on both sides here.
Well, he's
Lings
doing
on the
well with
hunt.
this probe scout, keeping it alive here.
Yeah, even against 6-ling, which is pretty surprising. Usually, like 6 is like, yeah, it's dying fast, but yeah, doing a great job here. Maybe giving us a hint at the expertise level of this Protoss.
Looks like he's had enough. He's decided to run out for now.
Just checking on that third base location.
Yes, he is, and it's going to pay off. He's going to see that hatchery.
And I guess now we kind of see what's the follow-up for Zerg. Oh, it's going to be a lair. Okay. So no Hydra shenanigans. Probe does go down. Are we going to see a lair cancel?
The mind games.
I never saw the lair.
Or
I guess
the-
it wouldn't
yeah,
really
the
been
layer he
anything,
never
but-
scouted.
Yeah, well, it's anonymous, man. Anything can happen.
No, our Protoss canceled that second cannon. I didn't notice that. It looks
Gotta
like,
get the gateway down a little faster.
yeah, all the Lings were distracted by that probe, so he felt safe enough. But still, he could run in with these 6. Well, not anymore.
Second Zealot popped out.
Yep.
Looks like he's going to be throwing down a second cannon, maybe feeling a little bit worried here as he moves out with the Zealots. Lings do have a chance to run in if they wanted to.
And we got a quick second guess from the Protoss, it looks like. So I wonder if we're going to have some Templar tech.
Or is it possibly like a second Stargate?
Could be.
I don't know. Do you even need 2 gas for 2 Stargates? Probably, right?
I don't know. That was a question for me 5 years ago.
Oh, man. Oh, is this when you were playing Protoss?
Yeah. There's that Citadel. Let's see what he decides. This Zealot run by on the kind of an off path that got in here. Going to split up these Zealots, see if he can get some scouting, maybe some drone kills.
Oh, forcing a full pull in the drone. That's like,
Yeah.
you know, a little pseudo damage, I suppose. Maybe getting the best he could get out of the terrible situation he was in.
Good micro from the Zerg. I don't think I've seen a drone go down.
Yeah, not a single Ling, not a single drone going down there. He's going to eat those up for free.
So we saw the lair. He didn't see any tech, though. We don't have any
Yeah.
tech buildings. There's the den.
Was this maybe a mistake from Zerg? Like, did he just forget the Spire?
I don't know.
Like, why do you go
It's like
there
he's-
if you're not making Spire?
Well, you need it for lurkers. Maybe he's planning some kind of contain.
Oh, he's getting. Is that what was that? Overlord speed?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, is he getting dropped? No way, dude.
This Corsair's gonna have free reign for a while, though.
Yeah, like even the Hydras that are coming out right now, they're gonna be, not gonna be able to really defend these Overlords too well.
Yeah, gonna get 2 Overlords at least. Oh,
Looks like he just
gonna
really
look for
wants to
that.
get some information.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he never saw that tech building, so he wants to find out what's going on. He sees the Hydras now. Maybe he's gonna throw down some more cannons.
He might actually just be straight up confused. He's like, is there like a 4th base somewhere?
Yeah, there's that Templar tech we saw.
Might be able to get 1 Overlord here.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like he's gonna pick this
if
one
he
off.
takes-
He might commit to it. Only 3 Hydras there.
Yeah, he'll take that
Yeah,
Overlord and probably run.
Oh, maybe.
Is he trying to do
Maybe
the
not.
patrol micro? I think he was trying to do a
Man.
patrol shot.
Well, it didn't pay off this time. Did not click on that Overlord to see.
Rip. I don't know how hard it is to do that micro, but we've seen some of those top pros getting really good at it.
Archon is an interesting choice here. Seems like you would want to go maybe for that Templar instead against Hydra.
Yeah, what's the thought process there? I mean, we saw no Spire.
Yeah, well, this is a pretty old build. It's kind of an Archon Zealot rush. If I remember right, typically you wanted 2 Archons though, but so it seems like he's got some other timing here in his mind. I don't see this doing very much though. Typically you see this against more Hydra or Ling Muta styles, but see what damage he can get done here. This is good positioning for the Zerg. Got quite a few units here.
Yeah, he does have the Hydras in a good spot, but the Zealots are still trading decently.
Yeah.
I'm still really curious why we went Archon instead of just 2 High Templars. Maybe I guess it's just faster to like get a little bit faster of a timing because now you don't have to wait for the Storm Tech, you don't have to wait for the energy on the Templars. You can just go. That's the only thing I can think of.
Can be. Who's looking for some timing there, some weird timing. Looks like our Protoss not opting for that fast +2 attack. DT in the mix. Too bad we have Overlord speed, so that's going to be cleared up pretty quick. Let's see if this DT can run around.
I think the DT's gonna sneak out and notice. Don't think Zerath here saw that.
Now that Forge is spinning.
Storm's still not done though, as Ozzy's pointing out here.
Almost.
I think he's gonna have it just in time though. It looks like yeah, he's gonna be fine. Let's see
So
what
that
this
should
DT can
stop.
get done though. Oh, very fast reaction there. He sees it
Big
immediately.
storm. Big storm
Yeah.
all over those Hydras. Let's see if we can get another one here.
Yeah, while pulling the drone there, just stretching that multitask just a little bit from our Zerg player here. Couldn't dodge the storm.
Yeah.
Nice little maneuver here with that DT. Gonna relieve a little bit of this pressure.
Looks like he canceled his upgrade in that Forge, so he'll probably make some more in his main.
Oh, Zerg's just gonna tap
GG.
out.
Yeah.
Wow. Not
So
pretty
2-0 for
fast.
our Protoss legend.
Oh boy, PvP finals, everyone's favorite.
Oh yeah, it is, huh?
Oh boy, Hafazi.
Oh, okay.
Oh right. Protoss lost. Sorry, Protoss dominated this game. I thought he won the first one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually need, let's take like a few minutes. I gotta get organize a couple things real quick before we hop into the finals here.
Right, sounds good.
Cool.
Alright, we are going to go ahead and hop into the game. I think Love Snow has stepped away temporarily, so I will go with Unko for now until he shows back up. But our players are ready to go. There we go.
Ugh, the
So we are
lagging.
having some lag issues. Looks fine. This is playable.
Is it? This is on BattleNet.
No, it's on show battery. Let's just try to remake this. Not sure what's happening here. Some technical difficulties, no problem. It wouldn't be my production value if it actually ran smoothly anyway.
Of course not. What is it? Murphy's Law?
Yeah, everything that can happen will happen. Something like that. Alright, let's try this again. Huh, not sure
Right.
what's happening here. Because these players just played previously with no problem. Maybe we will have to move this to BattleNet.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry about this, guys. I think we're going to move this to BattleNet then. Let me get this on. Yeah, I think there's some sort of weird conflict going on with these two players, because, yeah, they just played with no issues, and when Evelyn left there, it was working fine, so...
Yeah, it's odd for shield battery.
And
I
now
haven't seen lag like that.
BattleNet is saying that I have no profiles.
Oh, dude, it's been doing that to me too. Yeah. I don't know. I just came back, so I don't know what that is, but
Let me try to reload
giving you
in.
like an error 011 or something.
Yeah, BattleNet's been really screwed up the last couple days too, which isn't helping.
I wonder if it has something to do with Windows 11.
Download failed. Nice. Very good.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Is that a recent thing for you too?
That is what BattleNet's screwing up.
Yeah, the errors you're getting right now.
Yeah, it started like a couple days ago.
Good. You need a technical difficulty screen.
How to? Alright guys, we're trying here on Battle.net now. So here we go. Gonna have to... There we go. Okay.
That's better.
And I guess Love Snows is gone now, by the way, like...
Typical.
I'd expect no less.
Yeah.
It's alright. I know more about the matchup anyway, so I can help out with that some.
Yeah, good, please.
Alright, so... Sorry for the complications there, guys. I think we got it sorted out now, so we are moved to Battle.net off of Shield Battery. But yeah, spawning here in the bottom right corner, here in the first game of our grand finals of this anonymous tournament, we have the blue Zerg, Evelyn, and his opponent spawning here in the top left is our red Protoss, Galio. Both players in their semifinals looked pretty dominant over their opponent. Galio especially had... I don't want to say an easy time of it, but definitely, we'll say dominated that series. Yeah. Evelyn, on the other hand, definitely had to fight for it a bit more, but Evelyn showcased a lot of skill, I feel like, in their series, so I think we are kind of due for a pretty high-level game here, based on what we've seen so far. And we're actually going to start off with a 9-pool. It's going to be a 9-pool gas streak versus a gate expend.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the reaction he does with these, or I guess it would be the harassment he does with these zealots this time around.
Yeah, we'll see how well Evelyn can handle the early pressure. It does help Evelyn as well that it is cross-spawn, so the travel distance from these zealots is going to be pretty high. I think that going 9-pool, though, against gate expand, probably not what you want.
Is it not? Would you prefer 12?
12 hatch. 12 hatch is actually best against gate expand, but overpool would be slightly better, I think, than 9-pool, because you're gonna make these 6 lings and you're not really gonna be able to get any pressure potentially, especially with the travel distance.
Doesn't 12 hatch, if you go 12 hatch, doesn't the zealot have like a small window to get into position though?
It gets in position, but your economy is so much stronger for Zerg that it's Zerg favored, and especially cross spawn like this, you'd be very happy with the gate expand.
Worth it. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, Probe gonna get in here, see the lings are coming, saw the 6 lings, it's gonna be 5. Going across. We saw Evelyn doing this in the last game as well, where we actually have this off. We stick 1 ling on the probe here and send the other 5 across the map. Now,
yeah,
Evelyn will...
Looks like Galio is opting not to finish that wall, gonna get that Nexus up first and just defend with these zealots.
Yeah, this is kind of the defense you want to go for. You don't really want to delay your Nexus for that forge. It's not really worth it. This is kind of a tight defense. It can be very difficult, but if Protoss does it well, this is what you want. But actually, really nice surround on top of the zealot, getting very low. I'm going to clean this up pretty easily. All these lings are like 1 tap away, but going to get inside with 3 of the lings, 2 of them very low, so we'll see if Evelyn can do more of what they were doing last time with the kind of running around and buying time. We saw the multitask in their last series was very, very strong.
Yeah, I kind of wish he had kept those probes there. A lot of those lings were basically 1 hit away from dying.
Yeah.
Could have done some damage and not gotten... Denied the scouting at least, but...
Yeah, I think he just didn't realize how low they are, but you're 100% right. He could have left them there and actually fought the lings there. It looked scary because it was 5 lings, but like 4 of them were just a love tap away.
Yeah.
One nice thing for Galio in this spawn is on the left side spawn specifically, you can actually, when you do this to the pylon, it actually blocks the lings, whereas on the right side it doesn't. They can run through it. It's in the zealot across to pressure the Zerg, but gonna clean up that probe and see the zealot over here. So Zerg did a good job making those extra lings to make sure he doesn't take any damage, and still haven't lost any lings. We're actually like fully healed with these 3 lings at this point. I think he even killed 1 probe, right?
I think so. Looks like there's one on there. Looks like that zealot gets tucked in here, gonna get as much damage off on these Zerglings as he can. Still falls. Hydrogen coming down.
Yeah, Hydrogen on the way. I imagine this is going to be the Stargate starting. It is, and I mean, Blues are going to be able to get full scouting information of all of this while this is happening. We've delayed the cannon for as long as possible. This is something good for Protoss to do. A lot of times they try to do this in Gate Expand because it will slow down their tech too much otherwise. But yeah, I mean, Zerg's doing a really good job of keeping these lings pretty much untouched without really missing too much of a beat at home.
Yeah, Galio opting for that fast second gas again. We'll see if he goes into Templars as well. Second game around.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. So yeah, typically around the Stargate timing is when you're taking your second gas. So that you can,
right?
yeah, it just allows you to pump Corsair if you need to without hurting your Templar timing too much. And link speed actually going to finish up, so we're going to jump on top of these gas probes. Galio did a good job of not taking any losses there.
Yeah, keeping these things alive. It's actually super annoying for the Protoss.
Yeah, it's like that really annoying count where it's like, it's too little to want to make the cannon, but against a good Zerg, it's kind of torture dealing with this at the same time. Because you just have to constantly pay attention. And it's really hard to not miss a beat while you're doing it.
Yep. Got that Citadel again. Looks like we're going to see another Templar Archives.
Yeah, so you're going to go across the map and actually miss the Hydra move out.
Ooh.
This is potentially a really big deal. He's going to see the Hydras about as late as possible, actually, which means these cannons are not going to be starting in time. And there's a chance that these Hydras are going to get high enough numbers that they can just pounce on top of this, and Galio could die right here, right now.
Yeah. I think he's going to poke in here and see one cannon and probably try to dive on it pretty soon. Does he have range?
He won't have range yet. It should be on the way right now. He does have Hydra speed first. It is tucked against the gateways, so he has the potential to move in to target this gateway, and or this cannon, I mean. But right now he's just using the time to get a lot of damage on these zealots, which is also very good. And even goes back for this Corsair.
Oh, here we go. See what damage he can get done here. One cannon about to fall. 2 others finish.
Wow, he's
Good
actually
probe pull.
staying in the pocket here. I thought he would back up after that cannon, but he really wanted to go for the kill. But yeah, great probe pull and body blocking, and a kill off a lot of these Hydras. And we are going to pick that Corsair on the way out, which is kind of nice for blue, but a good defense from red. That was about as sketchy as it can get.
As he did throw down a lot of cannons, so we'll see if he allows all of those to finish. There's not much Hydras coming in here to follow up, so...
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for Galio is he doesn't have that scouting information because he brought the Corsairs both back, so he didn't see if there was more Hydras being made or not, so he didn't know if he could cancel or not. I think that's kind of what that was. And yeah, he's going to be kind of unhappy to see that there were more drones coming. He's going to get in here, see the lair on the way. Did manage to cancel, or is this one dead? Is that a dead cannon or a canceled cannon? I think it's a canceled one, right?
I think it was a dead... Well, I think he did cancel that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the dead one should be gone by now.
Yeah.
5-hatch Evo Chamber, lair on the way. This is very similar to what he did in his last series, when he did this kind of early Hydro pressure. Gateway gonna go down. What do we got going on at home? Archives is done. Only 2 gateways. And gonna start to range down this forge here, which is pretty annoying for Protoss.
Is super annoying. Is that +1?
It should have been. I think it just finished. I should have checked.
Gotcha.
I mean, it could have been +1 armor, and you just went and preemptively canceled it. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the upgrade timing.
Well, it works. He's going to rebuild that forge in the main. Continue those upgrades later. Meanwhile, our Zerg is just droning up, getting his economy going.
Yeah, going into that Spire, Gonna potentially punish the lack of Corsair. We'll see if Gallia wants to go for the Dark Archon. We saw in the last series that the Nocturne did not want to go into those Dark Archons and ended up getting kind of punished by that Muta swap.
He's got that DT just kind of sitting out there right now. Oh, there it goes. See if he can scout this fourth.
Yeah, Zerg has done a really good job of pretty much never being vulnerable to the DT. I mean, well, I say that, he did lose that entire mineral line, but maybe he's learned from that, making sure to keep Overlords in position, even had this one on the way over there already. And Corsair gonna do a little bit of chip damage to this Overlord, but definitely not gonna be able to pick it off. And he actually tucked the Templar when he saw the Overlord coming. I like that. So he's gonna wait for a drone transfer and try to catch it that way. Really clever.
Smart. Good scouting off. Gallia knows what he's up against now. Gonna get that Dark Archon. Afraid of that Muta switch later on. Start building up that energy for some Maelstroms.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this matchup is, like, you see the Spire, and you have to respect the potential of Mutas even if it never comes, right? That is the hard part. He actually went deep enough to see that that DT, so nice spot there from Evelyn. Interesting move out. Just 4 Zealots and 2 Templar.
Yeah. Luckily, only a few Hydras there.
Yeah, maybe I was looking for catch like a chunk of AFK Hydras or something.
Ooh, here come the Mutas. Gonna pick off these Templar for free.
Yeah, really nice pick here for Zerg, getting both of those Templar, and that is a lot of potential storm down the drain. Does still have 4 Templar behind it, but, I mean, those were the 2 that have been collecting a lot of energy, so that hurts a lot against the Hydras. Oh, we're gonna dive into the main. We don't have a cannon here or Corsair. We actually have no anti-air ready for these Mutas.
Yeah, we don't have enough energy from Maelstrom either. Might be enough while he gets there. See if we can get a Maelstrom Storm off.
Nice.
There it is.
Wow, this really saved that situation, because we did not have a good answer for this.
Luckily, it was only, what, 4 Mutas? So not too big of a loss there.
Yeah, not a big loss for Zerg, but kind of avoiding a lost game, essentially, was Protoss, right? It was just a handful of Mutas, but
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
Definitely would have shut down mining in that main for at least until these goons had gotten out.
Second Forge
Second
on the
Forge. Yeah. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, much better upgrade situation for Galio than Nocturne in the previous series.
Yeah. Who was it, Nomad, that always wanted to go 3 Forge against PvZ? So this isn't Nomad. Can't be him. Only 2 Forges here.
Yeah, Nomad is a fan of the triple Forge, no matter how terrible it is. And we respect that about Nomad. Alright, so Gallia just kind of building up his army, starting to build up that goon count. So it's going to be that kind of 4 Templar into mass goon push. Usually, I talk about this quite often, it's usually around like between 140, 160 supplies when Protoss really starts to want to look for that big fight. But a little bit of a positional error, really running the risk of this Dark Archon getting picked off. Barely manages to save it, actually. Does get his probe picked off. He wanted to move out and take the stairs, so that'll delay that ever so slightly. But this Dark Archon is extremely important because it is the only thing that prevents Evelyn from swapping back into Mutas.
Yeah, that was a little bit dicey for a second.
Nice kind of
Looks
wrap
like we're gonna
around
get
here.
some. Yeah, get some Templars picked off there. We've only got 2 left in the mix. Looks like one of them has enough energy for Storm at this moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that was 2, like, fresh Templar. Those were 2 that have been sitting back there building up energy. I mean, we have, like, no storms right now. Evelyn's, like, army movement and just kind of the intelligence behind the army movement has been really, really strong.
Yeah, a bunch of lurkers coming out here, going to be able to defend this pretty easily, I think. We don't have the 1 observer in the mix, 2 coming in.
Yeah, this is a
But
scary
this is a pretty...
force.
Yeah, it's a big army for Zerg here.
Alright, well, that's our
Zerg
1
trying to-
storm.
Uh-oh.
About to get enough
So
energy
Zerg
for
rushes forward.
a second storm, but yeah.
Yep.
Reinforcing units coming here for Galio. There's a second storm kind of on the retreat there, but Templar does get picked off. Evelyn pushing him back, and Evelyn is like healthy on 4 bases. Like this drone saturation looks fantastic for Zerg. And I didn't even see where these Hydras came from. We somehow have flanking Hydras behind the army here.
Yeah, I didn't either. Protoss getting pushed all the way back to his main here, so we'll see if Zerg can set up a contain at this location.
Cool.
Looks like he's got a... Oh, Dark Archon falls. This could be a potential switch now.
Oh my god, there's so much Zerg coming across the map. We do have a small 3 Zealot counterattack here, but there's a bunch of Lurkers morphing here. We'll see how much damage these Zealots can get done. Zerg, in the meantime, watching this fight, does come back here and burrow this, so at least going to avoid taking a bunch of damage here. And I think we're out of storms. Yeah, we're completely out of storms here, but there's not a whole lot of Zerg left. We are almost on that 2-2, but Galio going to go ahead and GG. Evelyn going to take a strong game 1 win.
Yeah,
in these
Evelyn
finals
picking off
here.
those probes, so those lurkers could not be countered. Or did I say probes? I meant observers. Yeah, strong showing from Evelyn there.
Yep, just going to sort out the next map here, and we'll hop straight into the next game, but very, very strong showing, like you said, by Evelyn.
Yeah, I'm also curious where those Hydras came from at the third. Kind of funny.
Alright, Galio just conceding map picks.
Is this a best of 7, best of 5?
Best of 5. And Battle.net is being a pain.
Be right back.
Yep. I just can't host the game. This is so irritating, man. Alright, here we go. Hopping into game 2 here of Galio versus Evelyn. To upgrade the scoreboard.
All right.
Okay, spawning here in the top left spawn, or top spawn, whatever you want to call it. We have our Zerg player currently up 1-0 after a very strong showing, Evelyn. And his opponent here spawning at the 3 o'clock position. We have our blue Protoss, Galio.
Yeah, let's see if he goes for a Forge or a Gateway Opener this game. We've seen both out of him so far.
Yeah, he's been mixing it up, and, you know, it'd be kind of, maybe because Evelyn kind of showed these early full builds, maybe he'd like to go more for this Forge expend. And that Scout does tend to indicate that it is going to be Forge. Yeah, one of the things you like when you're going Forge Expanded, if he does go for like early lings, then it's just a safe, like more standard, like nothing really to worry about kind of thing. It's kind of even versus Overpool overall. But there's just no danger of anything happening. So there's going to be that Overpool from Evelyn the Skin.
Isn't there the potential to just throw down a Nexus as well?
Yeah, so the build against Overpool is 13. So you go Forge, and then you'll go 13 Nexus, 13 Cannon, and that allows you to get the Cannon in time.
Gotcha.
Now, he might go for 14 because this map does allow for single scout instead of double scout, so with proper boosting, you can actually go 14 Nexus, 14 Cannon. So this is kind of like the greediest thing you can go for. But that probe movement looks like 13 Nexus to me. And he would like to stay and deny this, but he needs to know the pull timing. So he needs to know if he wants to make the cannons first or not. Sees the pull finish, and yeah, cancels the probe. I like that a lot. Really nice adjustment there from Galio. I like that a lot. I hadn't seen that before. I kind of learned something there. Because he was getting the later scout. Yeah, I just started the probe and was ready to make the cannon if it was an earlier pull. Saw that it was over pull and immediately canceled him with Nexus. That was very cool. Very cool to see. Nice little optimization there. And Ling's going to be chasing the probe around. So this is about the most standard opener we've got. Kind of today, like neither player really doing anything outside of completely normal.
Right, I like that gateway positioning allows cannons to be put a little more forward to protect that forge.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. The gateway obviously sticks out a bit, but yeah, it allows you to put these cannons to make it where your forge is not vulnerable. We saw when you were casting earlier with Love Snow, he kind of went for that core in the wall, and that's to make it where you don't have to worry about losing your forge to Hydras.
Right.
And this is just another way of doing it where you can make the forge in the wall and still protect it. So, seems like Galio very aware of Hydra pressure, right?
Yeah. As he should be. We've seen that quite a bit out of Evelyn, our Zerg player here.
Yeah, and everything looking completely standard this game. Galio's done a good job too. He's shown us in his last series. He does a very good job of keeping the probe alive for as long as possible. Nice little kind of found the gap there because that was very close. I was about to curse or cast her curse on there, but kind of found the gap to slip in there and almost gets inside, but not quite. Nice body blocking from Evelyn. Thing is, he would have made it. I swear, every time you try to sneak that probe in, there's a transfer drone that's coming out. Like, it happens every single time.
Yeah.
Spire on the way. Stargate Spire, like, both very good timings. Not really much pressure going on from both players, so it's kind of expected that they're both going to hit their timings really well.
Do Protoss still do that 4-gate Zealot Legs rush?
Not really much anymore. Zergs have gotten really good with their Sim Cities and stuff, and a lot of this, like, +1 Zealot, like, bum rush kind of just doesn't work anymore. It falls flat quite often.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they've kind of mastered the Sim Cities at, like, their third natural, where they just kind of get these, like, really good walls, or, like, these kind of tuck sunkens where they have, like, really good drone drills to it, and yeah, it just hasn't been working super well lately, so people kind of gave up on it a bit. Okay.
Bit of a hidden second gateway there.
Yeah, a lot of players.
Why.
So yeah, a lot of players do this because your first Templar, you want to be making. We're actually gonna get stuck here a little bit though, unfortunately, but it's because you want your Templars to come out of these gateways, so the mutas aren't sniping them on the transfer down to your natural from your main.
That makes sense. Would you not just want, a flock of Corsairs to defend that?
Yes, but there are stages where you can end up defensive, like if they go a bunch of Scourge Invitas or something. You just want a safe spot for your Templar to come out at. Sometimes like your Scourge might be out of position, they'll like fly in and snipe one on transfer and fly back out or something, but oh, unfortunately
Sure.
everyone not looking, but neither is Galio, so actually gonna lose that
Loses
Corsair.
that.
And
I feel like those Scourge are slowly getting closer. Are they faster than Corsairs? I thought they were the same speed.
they're the same speed. I think, and maybe I'm like crazy for saying this might be like really dumb of me. I think it's because when Scourge are chasing, there's like a little bit of that push that they give each other, and it makes it look like they're gaining ground sometimes.
Interesting.
It's like we pulled away before that cannon finished, and this could be intercepted actually. Galio not looking. Another
yeah.
Corsair going down, and this is starting to hurt because we've lost 2 Corsair. We have to keep remaking Corsair, and remember, every Corsair you make is essentially 1 less Templar early. DT did get inside.
Gets in here.
I think it got, what, 2 drones? Looks like, maybe a 3rd.
Sure. He snuck a Zealot out. Let's see what he does with that. Maybe run it into the 3rd. Just
Yeah.
scout here.
It's pretty ambitious, though. I don't even know if he remembered. It
Yeah.
might have been like a rally from the DT. It might have been the same rally gateway with that DT,
Could
I
be.
think. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it buys a little bit of time having those Hydras chase it to get these cannons down.
Yeah. Yeah, it does at least good confirmation of the Hydras that is true. So it kind of worked out for him in a way. Because this is that 5-hatch Hydra pressure, which can be very strong, very scary. You have to respect it. You have to make these cannons. It's something I mention quite often when you're playing against 5-hatch Hydra. It comes so late that you feel like you shouldn't have to make cannons, but you do.
Yeah, I think that's too many cannons to break this time. Looks like he canceled another one down there, so he's going to save that. Which is a good choice. There's not many Hydras coming in here to follow up.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's droning behind it. Pretty good optimization from Galio, good awareness of kind of what the situation is. Also, as the storm's finishing up too, so he's going to be feeling pretty safe now.
Throwing down all those gateways he's going to need. Going to start pumping out his army.
Yeah, going up to the typical 8 gateway count. We did see Nocturne go up to 10 gates in one of his games against Evelyn.
How
And
many Corsairs has he made?
he's made 5, I believe, and lost 2. He does have that +1. 3 Corsair is enough for just defending with some storm and stuff, if you're like keeping them alive, but gotta be very careful being out here on the map like this. It can be very scary. If any more Corsair go down, which is, this is exactly what we're afraid of here, right, is a Scourge with the Muta.
Yeah.
And if any more
Wow.
Corsair go down, these... Yeah, and this is bad. This is really bad for Galio. He can't turn the fight because of these Scourge, and he's gonna get chased down.
I don't see these getting out. He's going to lose at least 1, probably.
Oof.
Looks like 2, maybe 3. Gonna lose them all. Okay,
Oh,
so unfortunate for our Protoss player here, still making some Corsairs.
He's in a lot of trouble right now. We just have
Yeah.
1 Corsair here. And yeah, we're just going to start preemptively storming at these mutas. We have to try to soften them up because if we don't, our... Oh, there was a Scourge in there too. I didn't even see it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really bad for Galio. He's going back into Corsair. Like, we're at 10 minutes and we're at 0 Corsair and making more. This is worst case scenario for Protoss.
Unfortunate. Meanwhile, our Zerg has a very healthy economy, getting his 4th going.
Yeah,
See
Evelyn
if
really
we-
hasn't been missing a beat in any of these games. He is looking really, really on point.
Yeah, see if we see some more lurkers out of him, like we have been.
Like a
Is
Zealot
that a
just went
DT
down.
trying to sneak in?
I think it
Oh
was
yeah,
that
the other
from
Zealot.
earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go. The mutas dive in, kill all of the... Oh my god, another Corsair because there was a Scourge hit in there again. I mean, this is almost like GG territory, even though, like, you're not dying, but it's not good for Galio.
Yeah, this position feels terrible as a Protoss player.
And we're kind of getting into the territory of kind of what happened in the last series with Nocturne, where it's like, do we just go for like an all-in push now? Like, the game's been a complete nightmare so far.
Bleeding off a Dragoon or two. Meanwhile, these mutas with no anti-air now are going to have free reign in the main. Ooh, big storm. But doesn't matter when all our probes are dying, so we'll see what he can get done with this army, because that's going to be about all he gets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be do or die here for Galio. Did lose all of his probes, and now these Muta's going to come in and kind of snipe these stragglers of the Templar, and yeah, GG going to be called. Evelyn going to go up 2-0, just one win away now in this best of 5 grand finals. Insane. Alright, looks like Radion is going to be our next map. Is this you casting? What do you... Well, you got delays, so you're not going to hear this for...
Mean.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? Well, I just realized you've been casting without sound. Again.
Oh, I have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Well,
yeah, that's
there's
fine.
a screen for you now. You can have sound now.
You watch multiple streams on Steam?
Well, one is my camera. So you'll have the one stream on, and the other one's my camera. My camera's technically the one you're watching. I love that I have to change the name every game.
You don't have your... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's in the other screen. Ugh.
Well, thanks for joining me on this cast. I hope save my voice a little bit. You might not feel like you're not talking a lot, but it's actually helping me a ton.
Good. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah, my voice like literally cracked earlier. I thought it was
Yeah,
gonna go on me.
sounded like you're having a hard time. You've been doing a lot, though.
Yeah.
You think I sound like Keen?
Not at all.
I don't either.
All right, going into game 3 here. Currently down 0-2. Got to figure something out. We have our red Protoss player, Galio, and his opponent showing dominance so far in this tournament. Has not dropped a single game so far. We have our Zerg player, Evelyn.
Let's see what the openers are for this game. Maybe we'll see another 13 Nexus.
Yeah, I wonder what Galio's thinking. I mean, that game really kind of fell apart. I mean, nothing really went wrong. They were just kind of both doing like their standard macro build, but then it's just the Corsair, right? Losing Corsair after Sair after Sair.
Yeah.
Like this is too much. It becomes almost impossible to play at that point.
It's rough. Very rough position to be in.
Alright, so we're going to get that Pylon Scout, so this does once again indicate that we're going to get that Forge Expand, and we'll see if Evelyn wants to go for Overpull again. I think Evelyn kind of been showing us that they definitely like to be more on the safe side. We have not seen a 12 hatch. I don't think in a single ZVP from Evelyn. Yeah, there's going to be that Overpull again.
He does like that build. I feel like he's done basically the same build every time, and why switch it up when it keeps working, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If you've kind of mastered like a standard build, just keep doing it, right? I mean, there's a little bit of variety with like some of the early Hydro Pressure. He's kind of been mixing that up. But as far as the openers go, yeah, he's just doing the exact same thing. And 9-pull, or sorry, overpull is kind of a catch-all. He did do a couple 9-pull builds, but he's definitely never doing anything greedy. It's either aggressive or defensive.
Galio again going for that double scout. Really wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, you do
Okay.
the double scout off of a forge because it just guarantees that you, if there's an early pull build, it just guarantees that you're going to see it so you can react in time. If you do single scout and you don't do it, then you're a nomad and you probably just die to lings.
Poor Nomad. Looks like we're gonna get another 14 Nexus this time out of Galio, so
Yeah, a little bit
I
greedier,
feel like
but it's going to
I
work
feel
out
like-
just fine.
only one set of lings we're gonna see this time, and that is the case. Opting to be a little aggressive with those 2 lings instead of trying to deny this scout probe. Maybe he realizes that Galio has been really adamant about keeping his scouting probe alive in these games. Not even gonna bother.
Yeah, he saw that the cannon timing was like just a couple seconds off, so it's going to pressure, but nice drill there so far. Do these lings get in though? Nice, actually, probe micro
Yeah.
from Galio, wow.
Denies all of these lings, both lings, from getting in.
That was kind of perfectly rotated to both block the lings and not lose a probe. That was really, really well done.
Very well microed.
Alright, so not only are we going to get that 14 Nexus up, we're even going to kill the 2 lings, and that kind of makes Evelyn feel like they need to make a few more lings as well, because you kind of lose that safety net of having those 2 additional lings. You know, you want at least 4 so that you can fight the first zealot that comes out, and then plus, you know, we want to be chasing that probe the whole time. So it's going to cost him a little bit that he kind of dove in there. Although,
Looks like we've got a layer before any tech here. I think, was he going Hydra then before layer last time? I don't remember.
no, he went straight for Spire last time into the Hydra then. And yeah, kind of like you mentioned, Galio doing a really good job keeping this probe alive. I mean, you can tell this is a pretty high level because when you're watching like units like this, if I'm sitting here watching this, it looks like they've never looked away, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that 300 APM, and not just for show. Evelyn up at 400 APM though. You know, kind of the same thing though. It looks like the Lings never looked away from that probe, but clearly we're not missing much of a beat elsewhere either.
Microing every drone.
I kind of like that
Couple
Galio rallied
zealots?
these zealots forward.
Yep.
Kind of outside the vision. It's just to make our Zerg
Ah.
nervous so he makes those extra Lings, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so really smart.
Sees him run back, so not going to be too worried anymore.
And it does look like Evelyn took the bait. I mean, we went up to, what is that, 10 lanes. And then
10
it turns
lanes,
out
yeah.
that they're just staying at home, so. A few drones denied there. So nice little play there from Galio using the vision against Evelyn. Got our Corsair on the way, Spire on the way, and let's hope for Galio's sake we don't just squander our Corsair this time.
Yeah, bit unfortunate what happened, but hopefully he can learn from those mistakes this game. Looks like the same build. We've got our Citadel going down. See if we have some more DTs popping out.
Yeah, Corsair gonna get in here, see that the Spire is about to finish. We have time to kill this one Overlord. We'll see if he goes for it. It looks like he is going to, so he's gonna try to kill this Overlord. And these are probably the Scourge that started here. You kind of want to start them more or less towards the Protoss so you can cut them off if they hatch in time.
Yep, good little optimization there.
Evelyn
See
is
if he
being
can.
a little bit tricky here, though. And yeah, nice from Galio to immediately turn back around, recognizing the danger he's in. But there's something Evelyn did here that's a little bit tricky, which is that we actually took our third gas. And because Galio stayed for that Overlord, it's very scary to scout for this, but he knows he kind of needs the information. And yeah, so this is the thing is, because we took that extra gas, there is potential for mutas and not just Scourge. So this is actually going to be aggression, and it's gone unscouted because of the hidden gas. So he saw no second gas, and he doesn't think there's going to be mutas being made.
Yeah, so being caught unawares here, you're going to lose a lot of probes. He's got 3 Corsairs out. Let's see how well they can micro. Ooh, gets picked off. One gets picked off by a couple Scourge.
Yeah,
looks like he's going to push out with these Zealots, try and buy a little space. Muta's coming around to harass these Zealots, just add a little damage as they run back home, which is okay. He's buying time and this is natural.
Yeah, but this has been pretty good for Erlen. We picked off that 1 Corsair, we got a few probes, and behind this we get to just drone like a madman. And
yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, still no Hydrodon, and yeah, there's a bunch of Scourge coming out now. I wonder if we're working towards +1 armor.
Yeah, do we have any more Sairs being built?
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, one just came out, so there's 4 now.
4 Sair, but a bunch of Scourge are going to come in. Barely reacts in time. That was really close to losing yet another Corsair. And this is kind of a pain, because this isn't really where you want your cannon to be. Wow, Galio playing on the edge with that turn to fight there.
Yeah. I can't tell if that was a miss micro or just Scourge AI. But
Evelyn does get a few more probe kills there, so our saturation a little bit low, but we've been pumping probes pretty much non-stop. They'll transfer an extra one over, and yeah, probably gonna just kind of rebuild this. Gonna get into the Archon.
Which is good, I like the Archon choice. Well, we've got the Hydra switch, so maybe a little late. Only got 2, well, 3rd gateway going down. Is he going to try and defend with this? Yeah, he's going to try and defend with the Archon as he pushes out with Zealot Corsair.
Yeah, and we're pumping a lot of Hydra. We didn't fully saturate drones. We're planning on catching them off guard with a bunch of Hydra, and you know, we don't have any Templar out for Storm right now, so this is going to be potentially a really dangerous moment. We're going to see some cannons start to be thrown down here now, and the Sim City at Galio's front is a little bit ugly because of us dealing with the mutas here. 1 cannon in the main here, but we do have 5 Sair out. Does have that +1, no armor on these mutas. But I'm a little worried about the potential Hydra swell coming in here.
Yeah, it looks like is that a 5th hatchery or 6th hatchery going down?
It's going to 6, yeah. Which is
to
interesting.
6.
The economy is not really there for 6 hatch. And more Hydra swapping out. He is definitely planning on getting aggressive here. Wonder if he's just maybe looking for a contain. And Galio just going to go ahead and GG out. Not even going to try and play. And I guess that's going to do it, guys. Evelyn going to be our anonymous tournament champion without dropping a single game.
What was the prize pool?
$100 for first, 50 per second, 25 per third.
Nice.
All right. Well, congratulations to Evelyn. Yeah, kind of dominated the tournament. So that's going to be $100 in Evelyn's pocket there. I'm so close to saying people's names this whole time. It's crazy. All right, so I'm going to release the player list for you guys. So you can see who all was in the tournament. So just so you know what the game plan is, tonight we're not going to do the kind of post-show reveal. It's going to be tomorrow. We'll go over all of that. I'm going to give you guys the player list, so you, the viewers, can submit to me on Discord what your guesses are. If you want to join the Discord and keep up with the events, this is where you can do that. And you can message me through there. Sorry, getting a couple messages here. So, yeah, you can join the Discord, message me there what your guesses are. I'm going to show you guys the player list now. It's stuff. I don't have any pretty animations or anything like that, so I just wrote it up here on Notepad. So here you go. Here are our 16 players that were in the tournament. So from top to bottom, we got Nomad, Sterling 0, Boneth, Tarson, Keen, Wulpix, Exit, Dragon, Ranged, Aether, Ziki, Worst, Kavapu, DeWalt, and Nesh. If you want to see kind of the player names here, so here is the bracket. Let me get this updated real quick. All right, so there's the bracket. You can look at the bracket, and you can try to mix and match the players. You may notice when you try to do it, there's maybe the races don't match up quite correctly. And there is a reason for that, so don't be messaging me thinking that I made a mistake. There is no mistake. But yeah, that's going to do it here for us today. I'll be back on tomorrow. I will post on my Discord a start time for the reveal show tomorrow. We're going to go over things like what the players said about their... Yes, you do, King. You get to see the... Sorry. I asked a lot of questions throughout the tournament, so we're going to show the kind of what the guesses were for the players they played against, comments that they made about their players. I did some interviews with the semifinalists as well. So we're gonna have some stuff to go over, and maybe I'll get some people, like some guest on or something, to kind of go over it with, you know. But yeah, the pro show will be tomorrow. Sorry, getting a lot of questions from the players right now. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here for us today. Thank you again, Unko, for joining me and kind of saving my voice a little bit. Really appreciate that.
Sure.
And yeah, look forward to this stuff tomorrow. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It will unfortunately be on a Monday. Not really what I wanted to do, but with everything going on with BSL and like all the other tournaments and stuff, it was just kind of the best I could do. I could wait till next weekend, but I don't think anybody wants to wait that long. And I'll get the VODs up and stuff soon after, so if anybody does miss it, it will be up immediately. But thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament. We'll get some more stuff going. I got a couple more events to do before I kind of wrap up the season. We're going to do a BGH tournament and a micro fastest tournament, so I'm going to do those two things before we close out the season. And yeah, appreciate you guys, appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys next